Good morning, culés. It is another episode of Wake Up in Barça coming at you right here from the Undefeated channel. In today's episode, we'll be talking about Barcelona hosting Bayern Munich in the Champions League. We'll go over lineups, we'll talk predictions, we'll go over the context of what needs to happen if Barcelona want to go through the Champions League, even though, guys, let's just comma on the expectations. All right, we'll talk about this more, but let's just enjoy some good football from Barcelona. Let's have this game in a vacuum, not take it into context with what's going on in terms of the Champions League tournament and what happens afterwards. Barcelona playing Bayern Munich today, it's an opportunity for culés to see some good football. So that's what we're going to talk about. Match preview and prediction. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you can be part of the conversation as we go over today's news coming out of the Camp Nou, everything you need to know for the big match against Bayern Munich. Let's go ahead and kick things off the right way, my friends.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are now tuning in to the undefeated Mustache John.
Okay, rough start right out the bat. Went to throw my intro at you and missed the button. So good for me. And then also forgot that I'm supposed to be going live on TikTok as well. So let me update that. Amateur hour. We'll get this going eventually. But right now, I need just a second to type this in. Barcelona Bayern preview. Zip. There we go. I know how to type, no big deal. And then we'll be live on TikTok as well. Before we get going into today's match preview. All right, hello TikTok, and welcome to another episode of Wake Up in Barça. Oh my gosh, words. We'll find our words before this afternoon when Barcelona take on Bayern Munich. Like I said, folks, that's going to be happening today, 3 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time. Convert that for your time zone. I know we got culés watching from all over the world. Make sure you know when we're live. Easiest way to do it, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications. We'll be live about 15 minutes before kickoff. We'll go over the lineups once they're released, all that jazz. Barcelona, again, sitting down in third after a disappointing draw against Inter. Really needed that win. Didn't happen, 3-3. So it puts us in the position of third place with 4 points. If we want to get through, we are fully relying on Victoria Pilsen getting at least a draw from Inter. If Inter win this, they'll be on 10 points, and then even if we win our last 2 matches and Inter lose against Bayern in the final, in their final match, we'll be both even on 10. But because the head-to-head differential will be out, so we can't be even on points. We have to have more points than Inter, which again, circling back, means Victoria Pilsen would have to get at least a draw away from home against Inter. I know that all of the culés from around the world have been showing their love and their support for Victoria taking on Inter. I'm not going to get my hopes too high, okay? So before we get into the lineup and start talking about predictions, let's just say this. I want to see a good performance from Barcelona. A victory would go a long way in terms of Barcelona feeling good about our momentum and where we're headed to as a club, okay? Even if that means that we're headed to Europa League. If we can beat a team like Bayern Munich on our way out, a little silver lining. We'll take it. With that out of the way, let's turn to the chat. Let's say my hellos to the Stash Squad. Again, if you're watching on TikTok, welcome everybody. I'm glad you found us. Make sure you click those hearts. And then also, if you want the full experience, if you want to see what's going on the YouTube side of things, swipe over to my profile, click the link in the bio. You get the Undefeated Mustache John YouTube channel link. Subscribe, all those things, right? If you're watching on YouTube, you're in the right place. You don't have to go anywhere. Smash that thumbs up. I'll turn to the chat, say my good mornings to the Stash Squad, see how we're feeling about today's match, and then we'll go over lineup and predictions. Good morning to you all. Dr. Yuri, hello, hello. Felipe, good morning, sir. Forza Barca's with us. CM Punk, hello, sir. Sahil, hello, and good morning to you. Kudis, my man. What's up, dude? Ovi, good morning to you as well. All right. Yeah, Kudis, we got CM Punk in the house. I don't know if you knew that. We got, professional wrestlers and MMA and UFC fighters, excuse me. Very popular channel. Cast a wide net here. Speaking of casting a wide net, I'm going to cast this robe off of me because it's warm. It's been a little bit warm here lately. Anyway, I digress. We're talking football. Thrawn, how we doing, sir? Says, I see Barcelona winning. I hope so. I would love to see it. George, good morning to you. Mario is with us as well. Absolutely awesome. Oh, wow. We got Gabi here watching on TikTok. Fantastic. Again, folks, if you want the full experience, swipe over, click the link in my profile. You can see all the bells and whistles, the glitz and glamour as we go over Barcelona hosting Bayern Munich match preview. Let's jump back over. Let's share some fun facts going into this match. Starting at the top, Barcelona fans aren't going to like this one. Barcelona have lost their last 9 of 12 Champions League matches against Bayern Munich, including the last 5 in a row. Only Bayern themselves against Real Madrid have lost more games against a single opponent in Champions League history. Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. There was a time, folks. There was a time when we owned Bayern Munich, when the only highlights that were brought up when you mentioned Barcelona and Bayern Munich was Lionel Messi putting Jerome Boateng on his butt before chipping it over Manuel Neuer. That used to be the go-to when you reference Bayern Munich and Barcelona. And ever since then, 8-2, loss after loss after loss. Got to get back to winning ways. It can happen tonight, my friends. Second fun fact, Bayern have won 3 of their 5 away UEFA League Champions UEFA Champions League matches against Barcelona, the most any side in the competition history, along with Juventus and Real Madrid. They are one of 3 teams, they're one of 3 teams to have won more than they've lost away at Barca in the Champions League. Oh boy, okay, all right. These fun facts are not very uplifting, folks. Number 3 here. Barcelona have lost their last 2 home games against German opponents in European competition. Bayern in September, Frankfurt back in April. They have never previously lost 3 in a row at home to German opposition. Okay, we've never lost 3 in a row at home. That's great. Little upside there. Bayern have only suffered defeat on 1 of their previous 5 away trips to face Spanish sides in the Champions League, although that loss did come on the most recent one, a 1-0 to Villarreal in last season's quarterfinal first leg. Okay, little hope there. Barcelona, this is the 5th and final fun fact. Barcelona could be eliminated in the group stage in consecutive UEFA Champions League campaigns for just the 2nd time, having previously done so in 98 and 99 under Louis van Gaal. What a name drop. Wow, oh wow, oh wow. So there's some fun facts. Not a lot of optimism coming out of that for Barcelona fans, admittedly so. Listen, again, I told you folks, we just a good performance, good results tonight, even if it's on our way to Europa League, where we'll meet Manchester United, Arsenal, possibly Atletico Madrid. Who else is going to be in there? Red Bull, Salzburg is going to be in there. Juventus is going to be in there. There's going to be some notable names. So it's not going to be an easy tournament for Barcelona whatsoever. Now, I'm saying this. I know it's not mathematically done yet. I know that if Inter and Victoria Pilsen draw and Barcelona win, then it comes down to what happens on the last day of group stage. But I don't want to do that to myself. I really don't. I don't want to get my hopes up in that way just to be let down. You know what I'm saying? All right, before we go over lineups and predictions, let's talk about what happened in the last match. Because I know, even though I just shared those fun facts suggesting that Barcelona not exactly favorites, I do feel confident that Barcelona are going to win this match. I really do. If you look at the scoreline, sure, 2-0 from the last one, you could leave it at that and say Barcelona don't have a chance. But if you scroll down and you take a look at some of the details in the match overview, we outshot them. We had more possession, more passes, better accuracy with those passes, fewer fouls. We just didn't finish. If you remember, if I was allowed to watch these highlights with you all, stupid, Pedri, Lewandowski, multiple times in the first half, not just once, multiple times, almost getting in the back of the net. Pedri twice was one-on-one with Lewandowski, with Manuel Neuer. Lewandowski, same. Once, if not twice in the first half. I know over the course of the match, 2 or 3 opportunities for Lewandowski. So, I think Barcelona come out. I think we play similar to how we played against them in Munich. We have to make some adjustments due to injuries. We'll talk about those, but I think Barcelona can get the win. I really do. So I want to see how you're feeling about it. Not, are we going to get through to Champions League round of 16? Just, how are you feeling about this match? And then in just a moment, we'll turn and we'll do lineups and predictions for Barcelona hosting Bayern Munich. Again, if you're watching on TikTok, click those hearts. I appreciate you very much. If you want the full experience, swipe over to my profile, click the link in the bio, head it over to the Undefeated Mustache John on YouTube. And if you're watching on YouTube, I appreciate you very much. We are building the Stash Squad up to 10,000 followers this year. That is the goal. That is the aim. You can do your part by dropping a thumbs up, by sharing these streams, by telling your friends how much you love hanging out on the Undefeated channel, and then come hang out with us for all the Barcelona matches, as well as every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for live Barcelona news, my friends. All right, let's see. Forza Barca says Inter needs to lose today or draw against Victoria. Yes, we've discussed that. Jose Nunez says, good morning, Culés. Good morning to you, sir. Felipe says, we deserve to win that match. If you're talking about the Bayern Munich one, I agree. And I got to think, if the first leg against Bayern Munich turned out differently and we didn't get the injuries, where would Barcelona be right now as we come to the end of October? I think, had we won that match and not gotten injuries, we would be top of our Champions League table. We would be top of La Liga, and things would be very different. So, a rough patch for Barcelona. Xavi made a couple of hiccups with his tactics. We had some injuries. A very dense month of matches for Barcelona. And here we are, potentially back in Europa League. But you know what? Wherever Barcelona play, it's an opportunity to see some good football, to have our spirits lifted, to have smiles on our faces. So Europa League, Champions League, Farmers League, I don't care. If it's Barcelona, I'm in. All right. Saint says Piqué has to retire. We don't need to talk about that. Sahil says, my hated player is Muller. What's yours? I don't have hate for any players by any means. Especially not on Bayern. I respect most players on Bayern Munich. There's not really one that comes to mind where I think, oh, that guy's dirty, that guy's disrespectful, this or that. So I don't hate anybody. I know the 8-2 was an embarrassing loss. I know Barcelona fans cringe when they see it, but those were the times. That's where we were as a club. So this is what it is. Theophilus, good morning, sir. Ovi says, what a game by Messi, by the way. 8 Ballon d'Or incoming. Maybe. We'll see. I think Messi, World Cup winner, maybe Champions League winner with PSG. I really think it's PSG or it's City this year. I don't see anybody else competing for Champions League title. Either way. Theophilus says, hi, John. It's sad Barca is going to be out of Champions League due to a couple reasons. Xavi's weak tactics, poor performances by key players, injuries. Yes, but Xavi got a couple of things wrong. He got the first Inter match wrong, and he got it wrong. I feel like he got it wrong against Real Madrid, too. Those 2 matches he messed up. Other than that, it comes down to the players and their finishing and their mentality. So, fair point. Fair point. Jose says, Europa, champions backyard, Barca still Barca. Amen to that. Mario says, we got a machine in the team. Lewandowski will do it. All right, let's go. I'm excited about it, folks. Again, click those hearts, click those thumbs up. Let's go ahead and talk lineups for Barcelona, beginning with who's unavailable to face Bayern Munich at the Camp Nou. Memphis Depay and Christensen, they're going to be out hopefully just another week or 2. I'm hoping that we get them back for this last month going into the World Cup. Not even month. We got like 3 weeks. Araujo, of course, is out. He will also be missing the World Cup. We will welcome him back in January. Roberto pulled his shoulder out of the socket against, who was that? Against Athletic Club over the weekend. So Roberto added to the injury list. We'll see when he comes back. Usually something like that, a few weeks. But Roberto not available for the match against Bayern Munich, which means Xavi's going to have to mix things up a little bit. So let's talk starting 11 for Barcelona taking on Bayern Munich. And let's switch to the right screen. How about that? Now we can talk starting 11 for Barcelona taking on Bayern Munich here, beginning with the trusty Ter Stegen between the posts. I'm thinking this is going to be a big night for Ter Stegen. Might not be a clean sheet, but he's still going to have to come up big. He's going to have to rise to the occasion, make some big stops for Barcelona if we're going to get the results that we need, which is a win. This is a must win. Not just to give us hopes if Victoria pulls out and gets a draw and we want to get through Champions League, but just to save face. Whatever happens with Inter and Victoria pulls in, if we can get a win tonight, it's a big deal for Barcelona. I digress. Ter Stegen between the posts with Roberto out and Bellerin fresh back from injury and quite honestly unproven. I'm going Jules Koundé at right back. Right off the bat, you are like, what? No, he needs to play today. Oh my God. Calm down. Next to him will be Garcia. Again, you're like, no, Eric Garcia, he needs to play on the left and he gives up penalties and he's the next Lenglet. Stop. Alonso. I know. You're freaking out. You're going, what? I can't believe Alonso's terrible. He couldn't do anything in the first match and Inter Milan and he's just better. Stop. Balde. Okay? Here's how this makes sense, folks. As Barcelona get possession and move forward up the pitch, Balde swings up that left-hand side. Koundé, Garcia, Alonso pinch to the left. It becomes more of a 3-back formation in the attacking third of the pitch. That's what I'm thinking we're going to be doing with this back line, given that Araujo, Christensen are injured, Piqué not reliable. So that means we got this back four. Everyone should be happy about Balde. Everyone should be happy about Koundé. Everyone just needs to trust me on Alonso and Garcia. This is what I think we'll see for our back four. The midfield three. Of course we're going Pedri. We're going to see Xavi returning from what had to have been close to a ruptured testicle thanks to the knee from Danny Garcia. That was intentional, by the way. 100% intentional. Reports are that Xavi is okay. He'll be playing alongside Pedri with Frankie de Jong playing the pivot role. Let's go. We saw it against Villarreal. That was Frankie's maybe best match for Barcelona. Burps, did you guys hear that? Maybe Frankie's best match for Barcelona. I want to see more of that. I'm not sitting here saying Boosie to the bench. That's not the case. But against an elite side like this with a formidable midfield, we got to have a little bit more pace, a little bit more mobility. So I'm going Frankie, Pedri, Xavi in the midfield. You know Lewandowski's going to be up top. He had opportunities in the first match against Bayern Munich, didn't take advantage. I'm hoping being in the Camp Nou this time will help him settle in a bit. And Lewandowski can get a couple in the back of the net. Alongside him, it's time. It is time for Ansu Fati. Hasn't gotten a lot of starts this season, but when he does, he looks good. He's a difference maker on that left wing. I want to see him start against Bayern Munich. And then the assist king himself, Dembele. 3 assists and his first ever headed goal for Barcelona in a 4-0 win against Athletic Club. He's back in the starting 11. He's on the right side. Dembele has to have a big match tonight. He has to. He absolutely has to. This is what I'm thinking for a starting 11. That leaves us with Jordi Alba, Bellerin, Piqué, Kessié, Busquets, Pablo Torre, Rafinha, and Torre on the bench, along with Inaki Peña and Arnal Teñas. There is one alternative lineup that we might go with, okay? And this is, what you're seeing here is what I think Xavi's going to go with. Alternatively, here's where things might take a turn. If Ansu Fati does not start, then what I believe will happen is we will see closer to what we were seeing against Athletic Club, and we'll see Boosie get the start, and he'll be playing alongside. Dembele really stayed up further up the pitch, but it was something a little bit like this. Not quite. Xavi was a little bit more to the right. Xavi was a little, and De Jong was a little bit more to the left. So really, their 4-2-3-1 was like this. This, I would say, is the second possibility. This is what we saw against Athletic Club. This really unlocked Xavi. It doesn't involve Pedri as much. I don't think he likes being out there on that left wing, a la Andres Iniesta. But it keeps Boosie in the match, and it gives him some coverage sideline to sideline because Frankie has him covered on the left, Koundé would have him covered on the right, and Busquets can just worry about the center of the pitch. That is an alternative. That's what I think Xavi will go with if he doesn't think Ansu Fati can play 75, 80 minutes of this match, which is what we would need him for. So we'll call this option A. We'll call this option B. First one was option A with Ansu starting instead of Pedri. So let me know what you think about these lineups, the first one and the second one. What do you think Xavi's going to go with? What would you go with? Let me know if you're watching live in the chat. I'm going to turn and get caught up on the conversation. If you're watching on replay, let me know down in the comments. And then don't forget to tune in for the live watch along right here on the Undefeated channel. We will be live about 15 minutes before kickoff. We'll go over lineups. We'll go over predictions again. We'll get our energy up as we get ready to support the badge, the Blaugrana hosting Barcelona. Or excuse me, did I just say the Blaugrana hosting Barcelona? Barcelona hosting Bayern Munich. It's early. More coffee, please. Dum. Anyway, folks, again, let me know your thoughts. I'll turn to the chat. If you're enjoying the content, hit that thumbs up. Show your love and appreciation. What we're doing here, folks, is we are trying to build a community of culés from around the world that can come together, that despite all the craziness in the world, despite all the conflict that we face, despite all the reasons that we have to argue with each other, let's come together. No matter where we're from, what we believe in, how we identify, it doesn't matter. If you love good football and good conversation, this is the place for you, my friends. The Undefeated community welcomes you. Come hang out with us every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for live Barcelona news. Tune in for the live Barcelona matches. Cheer on the Blaugrana, support the badge, support each other. That's what we're going for here on this community. So I'm glad that you all found us. I'm glad that you're spending your time with us. Come back later on for Bayern Munich going into the Camp Nou versus Barcelona. In terms of predictions, okay, predictions-wise. Predictions. This is tough. I'm sticking 3-2 Barcelona, and I'm going to say a goal from Lewandowski. I'm going to change it up a little bit from my earlier prediction. I'm going to say a goal from Lewandowski, goal from Pedri, and a goal from Xavi. The Golden Boys carrying us to what I believe will be a 3-2 victory for Barcelona. Whatever else happens in the Inter Milan and Victoria Pilsen match, Barcelona have to perform well. We have to show the world that despite a little hiccup or two through the month of October, that Barcelona are still an elite club, that we're still at that level where we can compete, and that we will be back. That's what we need to remember. So 3-2 to Barcelona. I'll turn to the chat. I'll get your predictions. Again, if you're watching on TikTok, don't forget to click those hearts. I do appreciate it. I love seeing the hearts scrolling up the screen. And if you want the full experience, swipe over, click the link in my bio, hop on over to YouTube. And if you're watching on YouTube, smash that thumbs up while we get caught up on the chat here. Theophilus saying Barca win 4-1. Okay. Chris E. How we doing, sir? Oh, corrected me. Say it's the first La Liga headed goal. Did he have a header in either Copa or Champions League at some point? Let me know. Chris coming in with some hot facts. I appreciate it. Oh, he says, I think Ferran over Ansu. Ooh, here's the problem, though, folks. Ferran Torres, I think, is proven that his productivity will come either from the right side or centrally. So I think Ferran Torres is going to be our second number 9 for now, at least until Memphis Depay comes back. And even then, I think left wing, Ansu and Memphis, centrally, Lewandowski and Ferran Torres, right side, Dembele and Rafinha, or Ferran Torres on the right side. He may have leapfrogged Rafinha with these last couple of matches, getting a goal against Real Madrid, getting a goal against Athletic Club, setting one up against Villarreal. You know what I'm saying? So, good shout for Ferran Torres. I wouldn't be shocked if he worked his way into the starting 11, but I don't think it would be the right move because of how it would displace Dembele. Those are my thoughts. Prince asks, are we doing a live watch along for the Inter Victoria game? No, unfortunately not. I just don't want to set myself up for that. I really don't. Listen, if when we start our live stream, it begins with going over the results of a draw or a loss by Inter Milan against Victoria, you I don't even know how I'll react, okay? But I don't want that to be the prediction. I don't want that to be needed for us to enjoy the Barcelona Bayern Munich match. You know what I'm saying? Whatever happens with Inter Milan, whatever happens after the Bayern and Barcelona match, I want to see good football. I want to see a Barcelona win. I want to see them snap that losing streak against Bayern Munich. That's what I'm looking for here, folks. Excuse me. So, we'll see. We'll see. We're going to be live, again, like I said, later today. We're, 8, 9, 10, 11, 1, 2. We're about 6 hours away. 6 hours away from being live once again. And in the meantime, yes, we are all huge Victoria Pilsen fans for the next 6 hours or so. I just don't, I don't know, folks. I don't know. We'll see. Pete from Poland says it will be a fantastic match. No pressure. Yeah, no pressure whatsoever. Sahil says 2-1 to Barca with Lewandowski and Frankie de Jong getting the goals and then Mane getting one for Bayern. Okay, good prediction there, Sahil. Ambarish, how we doing, sir? Says he's lost all hope but still loves Barca. Yeah, don't set yourself up for disappointment, okay? Disappointment comes when reality is not in alignment with our expectations. We can't change reality most of the time. We can change our expectations. So just don't set yourself up for disappointment, Kules. That's all I'll say. Life with Asada, hello, says, all I want is Barca to get through. It would be amazing. It would be absolutely incredible if it does. I will go bananas if it happens. I don't think it's in the cards, but who knows? I hope I'm wrong. I really do. Alvaro says, I predict 5-0 for Barcelona. That would be huge. How mad are Barcelona fans going to be, actually? I predict this. If Barcelona have a big win, some of us will be celebrating, but some of us will go, oh, why couldn't we do this before? Too little, too late. Oh, Xavi, no. Can only do it when the pressure's off. Oh. You'll see. It'll happen. I do think we get the win today, like I said. I think it's going to be 3-2 to Barcelona. I think Barcelona fans go home content with the performance, but probably on our way to Europa League. But we'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. Who knows, folks? Who knows? You'll have to tune back in later today to find out. Again, we are going to be live about 15 minutes before kickoff. Whatever time that is for your time zone. We got Kules watching from all over the world, and I do appreciate every single one of you for spending your time with us. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, live Barcelona news, all the Barcelona matches. Whatever happens here, folks, we got a lot of good football ahead of us. Even if it's not this season, we've got a lot of trophies coming down the line for Barcelona. Bright future, so keep your heads up. Whatever happens with Inter and Victoria, whatever happens with Barcelona and Bayern, we support the badge, we support each other right here on the Undefeated channel. So thank you so much for tuning in and taking a ride, and I'll catch y'all next time. Mwah.